Okay, so before we get into the nitty-gritty of what we're going to be going over today and these early developmental skills, we'd just like to take the chance to talk about something that's quite important in this learning process, and that's creating a nice structured learning environment for your child. So I'm going to let Sheldon talk to you about that for a little bit.
This is obviously much harder when you're at home because life's going to be going on around you. It's a bit like us at the moment. You'll see dogs roaming around and whatever, and that's just the reality of the situation. But some of the things that would be really good is if you did have a little table, even if you have to do it at the dining room table or whatever, that's fine. But it would be good if you had a suitable chair where your child's not dangling and they can't be rocking backwards and forwards too much. So just a nice stable little thing, and that you have a nice clear working space where just the materials that you'll be using will be there, and the reinforcers that your child selects, which I think is coming up in a little while, can be put down somewhere convenient. Sometimes it's good if you have them available. You can get those little plastic drawers or things, and you can put your materials and things near you, or you can get something so that you're not having to constantly move around or know what you're doing, and just be a little bit organised. But your basics really are somewhere comfortable to sit, and being able to sit closely enough to your child so that when they have difficulties you're able to help them through it. What else would be important?
Your thoughts on sitting next to your child versus being able to sit across from your child?
So for me, sitting across for the child's really helpful if you need to be helping them to do things. You can sit next to your child. It's also very helpful when you're trying to engage their beginning attention and need their focus, and you need a lot of that body language stuff that isn't obvious to them yet, and you're going to be teaching it, and those sort of social understandings.
It's harder to encourage joint attention and eye contact from your child if they're having to turn to see you next to them. So if you can create a scenario where you're across from each other, it's going to make a lot of the tasks we show you now and the prompting systems that go along with them a lot easier to execute.
So with independent things that you get them to carry out, obviously you can sit next to them, but if there's major teaching sort of stuff going on, then or you need to be able to give them as many clues and as much support as possible, which is usually like this.
Which is of course why teachers often are at the front of the class talking to the class rather than next to them. So.
Mm-hmm.